that's celebrating.
There's no business like
having someone famous call them and wish them a happy birthday or a happy anniversary. There's a million things they can call. And there's a million celebrities in this list, too. Obviously, not a lot of A-listers. They don't have time to do stuff like this.
No, absolutely not.
But
they'd never do that.
By gosh, there are a lot of celebrities, and a lot of them do have time to do this. And I think it'd be funny as hell to get them to call us every day and wish us a happy birthday. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, it'd be hilarious. It'd be great.
Even with a turkey that you know will fold, baby stranded out in the cold.
Michael?
Speaking.
Hey, Michael, it's Drew and Mike calling on WRIF Radio.
Hey, folks, how are you?
How you doing?
Really good. And you?
Good. Congratulations on your service.
Oh, well, we really like it, and so do a lot of people, fortunately.
Well, yeah, it's a great idea, and frankly, I'm surprised that people haven't done it by now.
We have quite a few celebrities. David Keith, for example, Daredevil, Behind Enemy Lines, very hot star.
Ken Kercheval from Dallas.
Ken's a great guy.
Karen Lynn Gorney, I remember her from Saturday Night Fever. She was the slut on Saturday Night Fever, wasn't she?
Karen is a wonderful woman.
Oh, no, Karen is actually, I'm sorry, she's the classy dancer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Lana Wood, Larry Holmes, the boxer.
Larry Holmes, one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time. We're proud to have him.
Yeah. Now, the phone calls are, and you have to do this, I know, of course, because people would talk to these people forever. But for the 1995, you get a 30-second phone call. I mean, there are certain conditions that vary depending on what kind of phone call it is. But
the service will automatically cut you off at the 30-second point.
Okay, so they have no choice.
People from engaging the celebrity, in too long of a conversation.
So what's the idea that they're going to call your answering machine and lay this down? I mean, how are you going to get like an outgoing message set up on your answering machine with this phone call?
Well, there are several ways of doing it. One is, of course, if you want to speak to them live, you can use your cell phone number, and that maximizes the possibility that you'll speak to them live.
Okay.
If you like it taped, what you can have them do is leave it on your answering machine, and then people simply re-record it onto the outgoing side of their answering machine.
Sure. Okay. But you can just engage them in a 30-second conversation, huh?
Absolutely. That's why a lot of people, submit their cell phone numbers.
See, the damn thing of it is, it might take you 15 seconds to get the question out. I think.
Surprisingly enough, a lot of people were so shocked in the beginning that when our celebrities would call, you'd get screaming or they'd be stunned into silence. You get a lot of crying. So we implemented this new policy which forbid people from purchasing surprise calls. You now have to tell the recipient of the call that a celebrity will be calling prior to placing the order, because a lot of people simply didn't believe it was an actual celebrity calling, so they'd hang up on our celebs.
Oh, that's so funny.
One of the things that a lot of the celebs don't realize is, when they sign up for HollywoodIsCalling.com, is the extent of the manner in which this will affect them emotionally. There's something about calling a fan and having them burst into tears, and that's part of the appeal. That's why so many celebrities love Hollywood is Calling.
Which nice subliminal plugs there, by the way.
Yeah, that was great to get that in.
HollywoodIsCalling.com.
Just go to the website. We've got 67 celebrities to choose from, and they're anxious to speak with you.
How much does it cost?
It's $19.95 for a standard call, and it is $29.95 for a customized call. And if you live outside of the United States, it's an additional $10.
What do you mean by customized call?
If you want to type in a message that you would like the celebrity to convey to a third party, then you can do that, and the celebrity will actually convey that message. For example, we have people who propose to their girlfriends. We have guys who ask women out by having a celebrity call on their behalf and ask them out. We have people, thanking employers for job interviews.
Yeah.
It's quite a varied option list.
Now, what if Bill Gates, I mean, you always get these people. For example, I saw John Mellencamp played at someone's birthday party recently for $500,000. What if somebody like Bill Gates calls you and says, hey, Michael, I really would love to get Larry Holmes to talk to my kid for a half an hour on his birthday or something like that. I mean, do you even negotiate things like that?
Yeah, we do. We get those requests all the time, and what we do is we forward them to the celeb.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and
all the time. It's really quite common, actually.
Which one of these celebrities is most likely to make their fans burst into tears?
In the beginning, Todd Bridges had a lot of people with him on the phone that they'd simply start screaming.
Have you ever seen a situation where you engage one of these celebrities to do this, and found out that they're really irresponsible, that they're half in the bag all the time. They don't make the calls, they forget, and you have to actually let them go?
No, not at all. Occasionally, the call volume will get very, very high, but beyond that, it's all very manageable.
I would think Lorenzo Lamas would be one of your busiest guys.
Lorenzo Lamas is extremely popular, not just domestically, but offshore as well. He's got a lot of fans in South America, a lot of fans in Europe.
Well, women just go nuts for this guy. Women are just so attracted to him. I would think that women would love to get a call from him.
Absolutely.
And I see we have Motor City representation with Martha Reeves.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anyone else besides Martha Reeves from Detroit that people?
Yeah, we have Mitch Ryder, who's from Michigan.
Doug Feiger.
That's right.
Yeah, we've got Mr. Feiger, who I believe is Jeffrey Feiger's brother.
Yeah, he sure is. Jeffrey gets a lot more publicity around here, but Doug Feiger, everybody knows the Knack and My Sharona and Good Girls Won't.
Could I sit there and pass you a couple of $100 and then have that star talk to me for X amount of time?
We can certainly arrange something. Special arrangement on the side.
Now, why do you have to be such a dork and ask all these complicated questions and try to pervert the system before we've even used it?
I know. Well, here's another complicated question. Could I, in fact, get a script through to the Barbie twins that would be a little racy? So when they call me, they tell me how hot I am and how big I am and all that?
I have to tell you something. The Barbie twins, have an extraordinary schedule, so they're not always available.
He's protecting them.
An unbelievable number of requests for the Barbie twins.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a wild guess here, and I think this guy's okay. I mean, I refuse to call myself a fan of his, but I bet you get a lot of requests for Richard Hatch just because of the immediacy of his fame.
Yeah, Richard Hatch. Every time Survivor debuts a new season, Richard Hatch is very visible, and he's always involved either in commentating about it or, just because he was once a part of Survivor.
Yeah.
We talked to Richard Hatch from Battlestar Galactica, and he was really kind of PO'd about this new Richard Hatch because he has really been trumped by this guy. And, he will, tell people he's Richard Hatch, and they get all excited. Oh, my God, you won the $1 million from Survivor and stuff. And he really has a legitimate career, and yet people are constantly confusing him with this guy from this reality TV show.
Not to mention the fact that they think he's always gay and nude. Imagine that.
Did you ever talk to Richard Hatch from Battlestar Galactica about doing this?
No, actually, but we should approach him.
Yeah, he seems like he'd be a natural for this.
Yeah. I see you've even got the ghoul in this thing.
Yeah, the ghoul.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if the ghoul is from Michigan or if he's from Ohio, but
he's from
the Midwest.
He's from Ohio, but he's very famous in Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think the ghoul would bring a lot of phone calls in for you.
In for Michigan especially, yeah, because he was huge in Michigan with his show here.
Yeah, and also, he's very popular around Halloween and the holidays as well.
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, we have a lot of people who've appeared in horror movies who are famous. We have, the gentleman who played Jason, and we have quite a few people who appeared in horror movies, and they just got tremendous call volume around the holidays.
I am going to laugh my ass off if I can get an answer out of you to this question, but have there been any celebrities that have tried to join your service and you deemed them to not just be quite big enough to justify adding them to your list?
Well, we get, I don't think a week goes by that we're not approached by a major porn star.
Let me
we say no on a regular basis.
Well, I'll bet you. Well, now, I'll tell you one that you should get who would do this and who would love doing this, and that's Ron Jeremy.
You're going to say Ron Jeremy?
Ron Jeremy. We know Ron real well. We talk with him all the time. And
you never get him off the phone, though.
Yeah, he wouldn't stick to 30 seconds. He'd want to call you back for free.
He'd probably start hitting on...
Ron Jeremy's sort of an interesting situation because, he may be just as popular for his work in his real life as he is for his porn work.
Well, no, that's true. He's very mainstream now, absolutely.
So you can't, but you can't do Ron Jeremy because he is a porn star?
Well, Ron's sort of an interesting situation. That's something that management would have to address.
So he's borderline. What about Jenna Jameson? What if she approached you? Would you take interest in her, or is her porn background just...
there's sort of another sort of hybrid career that's, part mainstream, part adult. So they'd have to address that on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
I can tell you, we get flooded with requests for adult phone calls.
I'll bet. I'm sure you do. Yeah, naturally, it's offer a service like this, and there's going to be a bunch of clowns that are going to turn this thing into a big porn pile immediately.
and you'd be one of the first ones asking for a call. In fact, you've already done it.
Yeah, I want some chick to call me and start talking about the nylon she's wearing.
You've already demanded 2 hours with the Barbie twins, for crying out loud. Not to mention, Cindy Margolis is on this list, and she is a gorgeous girl.
Yeah.
She's just wonderful. She really is what you see on TV.
Now, being a rock and roll station, and I want to point out again, we're talking to Hollywood is Calling. You want famous people calling friends on special days? HollywoodIsCalling.com. I wanted to ask you, because we're a rock station, is there any chance of adding more rock and roll types?
We're working on it all the time. Actually, we're going to be adding more musicians. We're going to be adding Nobel Prize winners. We're going to be adding prominent individuals in the business community.
You know, I just want to tell you something. When you add the Nobel Prize winners, be sure to add bandwidth for Detroit, because you're going to just explode out of our show.
Yeah.
You're going to have a real problem with the Nobel Prize winners.
Yeah, right. Yeah, try to get Stephen Hawking if you can.
God, now that'd be a cool call, wouldn't it?
Hello, how are you?
Let's talk some more names, because we want to get something going with HollywoodIsCalling.com ourselves. Kathy Garver, Sissy from Family Affair, correct?
Very sweet woman.
Greg Evigan from BJ and the Bear. Wouldn't it be great to get a call from Greg Evigan again?
Oh, man.
Just so we could say Greg Evigan again.
Yeah, you got to get 2 calls just so you can say, hi, it's Greg Evigan again. That's it. You must order 2 if it's Greg Evigan. Yeah.
Leon Spinks?
Leon Spinks, the last time we called him, and it was a little bit out of the blue, does he always promise to have his teeth in? Is that part of your deal with him?
Yeah, because you can't understand the word he says.
Quite frankly, we haven't gotten into those details. Well, they know it's Leon Spinks. Beyond that, you're sort of... living in the moment.
Yeah.
Ron Palillo. Tell everybody who Ron Palillo is, just for those
Let me tell you something about Ron Palillo. Ron played Arnold Horshack in Welcome Back, Kotter.
Of course.
And when we first signed Ron Palillo and activated his account, we were overwhelmed by the number of orders that were generated for Ron. Ron, as you know, the Arnold Horshack character hasn't been on television for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it has made such an indelible mark on, American pop culture that, everybody remembers it.
Uh-huh. Is it silly at this point, or is there any point in people that want a personal appearance to call you and ask you about that, or to email about that, or is that ahead of the game? Because I know that's going to happen.
No, absolutely. You can email us through the company. Just go to HollywoodIsCalling.com and click on the Contact Us link, and we will forward the information to the appropriate individual.
Okay, so it's not too early to talk about that.
Not at all.
Okay, great, because we may be interested in this sort of thing ourselves. We've got a lot of personal appearances to think about that certainly would be, enhanced, shall I say, because of course we can draw a great crowd ourselves. We would never want to suggest that we couldn't do it ourselves.
Yeah, we don't need any help.
Boy, it might be nice. It wouldn't hurt to have a Todd Bridges on hand.
And I got to tell you something once again about Todd. You will be taken aback by how nice a guy this is. This is an extremely professional individual.
We had Cindy Margolis at the Men's Expo last year, and for some reason, all these men seemed to want to come over and meet us when we were seated next to her. I couldn't figure it out.
It's funny how inexplicably attractive men are to stunning women, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Of course, they went right past us for the autographs. We thought they were in line for us, and it was like, they're in line for her. We should put her first, then us.
Yeah, that was kind of a humiliating moment.
Yeah, so they could have just gotten her autograph and then left.
But the nice thing about Cindy Margolis is that she really plays the role too. She really dressed up and dolled up and wore quite a low-cut top, I might add.
Oh yeah.
So she did not disappoint anyone.
Oh, she got some big
there's
boobs.
a reason she's one of the most downloaded women in the world. She's unbelievably appealing to a really wide fan base.
Yeah, it's true.
This is driving me crazy because some of these people are B-list celebrities, and that's no crime. But who is Erin Murphy? Because I'm looking at her picture. She's gorgeous. I can't remember who she is, though. What did she do?
Do you remember Bewitched?
Oh, yeah.
You remember Tabitha?
Yeah.
She's Tabitha?
That's Tabitha.
Wow,
Oh, my
Tabitha
God.
has grown into quite a beautiful woman.
Wow, yeah.
She's really, really stunning, isn't she?
Yeah, obviously somebody just wrinkled their nose a little bit and she sprouted huge boobs.
How did the guy...
Well, the nice thing is, if you go to HollywoodIsCalling.com and look beneath each celebrity's photo, you can see their bio.
I hope it's very profitable for you. I'm sure it will be, but I hope that we can add to it and become part of it because I think you got a great thing going here. And I hope...
Well, you guys are probably one of the biggest radio broadcasts in the Midwest, and HollywoodIsCalling.com looks forward to partnering with WRAF and Drew and Mike.
Well, thank you very much, Michael. Wow, what a nice mutual ass kiss that turned into.
That was a wonderful thing. That was beautiful.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Michael. Good luck with it. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Get on there and surprise a friend or a spouse or whatever, or make a romantic Valentine's, whatever you need to do. Report card, they'll do it all, and many options too to be discussed if you want to go off the board, as Mike Clark tried to prove with the Barbie twins. I have a feeling that your request might end up being denied. But
yeah, it could be, but hey, you have to ask.
Yeah, it certainly is worth it. Anyway, HollywoodIsCalling.com. If you have any questions, feel free to email us here at WRAF 101 WRAF Detroit.
Show business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow.
It's a minute after